Julius Malema could be walking into a courtroom and walking out staring at 15 years behind bars. But here's the real question nobody wants to ask. While he is fighting for his freedom, who is actually fighting for the people? Welcome back to Political Pulse. This is one of those moments where you stop and you ask yourself, what actually is going on with our leadership? Let's start here. Today, Julius Malema is sitting in East London's Magistrates Court facing potential 15-year sentence for the 2018 rifle incident. That alone is heavy, but now watch how strange things get. Just one day before this, he wins a defamation case against Musa Kwahula. It's a clean victory. Then on the side, he's also busy fighting Kenny Kunene in a 1 million rand legal dispute over being called a small boy. You've got a political leader, someone who built his brand on confrontation, revolution, and speaking on the ground. Now, a lot of time spent in court, fighting personal battles. And yes, you can defend yourself or you can defend your name, but there's no problem to that. But leadership is not only about defending yourself, about what you choose to go after. And right now, the priorities are looking off because while all of this is happening, something bigger dropped. The IPID report on the Palapala case, a full investigation pointing to coordinated abuse of state power, kidnapping, unlawful interrogations, state resources used to chase private cases. And at the center of all of this is Cyril Ramaphosa and the leadership image that he has built over time. This is the leader who positioned himself as a reformer, someone focused on accountability and clean governance. But the situation like this tests the image in a very real way. Reality on the ground does not match the message. And this is exactly the kind of issue that used to nuclear Malema. This is the same man who would shut down parliament, lead marches, in a force for accountability. But now silence, but not completely silent. Yes, there was a statement, but let's be honest, it was soft and too soft if you ask me. And that's where the discomfort starts creeping in, because now you're forced to ask, why is there so much energy for bloggers and insults than for confirmed abuse of power at the highest level? We are watching the legalization of politics. Everything is becoming court cases, defamation suits, legal threats. Each polished, it's also distant because the streets are quiet. There's no the outrage feels managed. It's almost like it's been packaged into paperwork instead of people power, and that creates a vacuum because people or the South Africans don't just need statements. They need someone who is willing to make noise when it matters, not just when it's personal. So now we arrive at the real paradox. Julius Malema, the man who once represented disruption, pressure, and fearless opposition, is now caught in a moment where his loudest fights are personal and his quiet moments in one of those biggest issues in this country. Because leadership is not just tested when things are easy, it's tested when everything is on fire. And it feels like the focus is split, or worse, redirected. And we need to be honest here. South Africa does not need another political celebrity. We need someone we don't need someone who is excellent at defending themselves or their image while the system keeps failing people. We need someone who is louder about injustice and they are about insults. Because if the energy for personal reputation becomes stronger than the energy for public accountability, then something went wrong, and very wrong. So Julius Malema might walk out of the courtroom free, or he might begin a long legal fight to stay out of prison. But the real judgment is already happening, not in courts, but in the minds of South Africans. And the question is simple: is this still a revolutionary or just a very expensive brand? That's all from me on Political Pulse, and remember to like and subscribe to this video. Thank you for watching.